having you. Welcome to Dodger Stadium. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Washington Nationals taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming at you right after the break. All right, just about ready for baseball. Our starter in this one, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. We'll elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
Ready to go? Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. That one fouled off. And the 0-1. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 29, James.
Digging in, James Wood. Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
I'm so glad Yamamoto made the move to Major League Baseball. He's one of the most decorated pitchers to come out of Japan and finished his Nippon professional baseball career in style.
Strike two.
Facing elimination and pitching in Game 6 of the Japan series, Yamamoto pitched a complete game with 14 strikeouts and broke the series strikeout record held by Yu Darvish. What a way to go out.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But you know what happens.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. Foul ball there.
It's no surprise they call this batter a day player. He statistically performs better in these games, and he's hoping for a big performance in this one.
Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base. Abrams, the runner at second with one away. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Well, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had "hit me" written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position, and it's the catcher for the Nationals, Keibert Ruiz. Swing and a miss, strike one.
0-1.
And a pitch. Fouled off left side. Runner at second, two down. Foul ball, still 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So one left for Washington. The Dodgers coming up, and we are scoreless. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here at Chavez Ravine. On the hill here today, Mackenzie Gore. What do you got on him, Chris?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Bottom of the first. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts. And he takes a strike. Turns and fires the Betts. Drilled out towards left center field. Young ranging back onto the track, and he makes the catch. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
Tommy Edman, batting with one down, takes a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for two. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Here's Freddie Freeman now. Down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1.
0-1.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Out of here. A soaring shot to center. It's 2-0.
Freddie has such a smooth swing. He makes these home runs look so effortless. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
One down. Here's Shohei Ohtani. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck left field. That's back there. Just missed it.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the veteran outfielder, Teoscar Hernandez. There's the strike, 95 of that one.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
That one ripped left field. And that's going to bang against the wall. Around first and hustling for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Everything came together for him. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the
So runner at second, 2 down. Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith. Fastball for a strike at 95. Hernandez at second with 2 down. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Coming home. He'll score easily. And that's a 2-out double. That ball was absolutely ripped. 111 off the bat. And I'm pretty sure it started to whistle after it left the bat.
I think I heard that too, Boog. And these are the moments we appreciate when we can look at StatCast and just see exactly what the data is. Always so much fun to see what numbers pop up.
Stepping in, Andy Pajes.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Laser could be trouble coming home. He'll score.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you got some real estate to run on, and such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
Here's the center fielder, James Outman. Right through there for a strike.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
That's out to center field. Young makes the grab on the run. So it's 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Nationals nothing. Second inning set to go. Up now for Washington, Luis Garcia. Yamamoto back to work. And first offering is fouled off. And a foul ball. And they'll do it again. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
Here's Josh Bell. In there for strike 1. And that's a strike. Gary Simmons has the plate duty in this one.
Well, with Simmons, it's not always your standard strike zone, Boog. It kind of gives a little extra in some parts of the zone and then can be tighter in others. But I think the important thing is he doesn't get labeled as inconsistent. So you got to stay ready up there.
One down, base is empty. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. You got to put a ball in play.
And now, Brady House. And there's a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. And there's the strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row. Nothing doing for Washington. They trail it here 4-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's Kike Hernandez.
The third baseman, Kike.
Hernandez, versatile player, can play all over the infield and the outfield. Liner, and this could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
So the lineup flips over. Here's Betts. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1.
Man at second. And that one hammered. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double as a run scores.
He puts a great swing on that pitch and drives home the run, and that was always going to be a double, but the bounce over the wall just took the guesswork out of it right away. It was a nice swing.
It appears Dave Martinez is ready to dive into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Mackenzie Gore done for the afternoon, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
Now on the mound for the
Washington,
Nationals, number 61.
number 61.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Tommy Edman at the plate, 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Right down the chute, that's strike 1. One on, nobody out, a run in, bottom half of inning number 2. Liner snagged it first.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't
The
feel
first
like it.
baseman,
He
number
hit the ball
5,
hard,
ready.
but it doesn't always work out in your favor.
Freeman.
Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish. He's already homered here in this one.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
And there's a fly ball deep right field. And out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 7-0.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. And there's a strike. Still only one out here in the inning. And that drops in for a strike. And that one upstairs, ball one.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Up next for the Dodgers.
Here's Teoscar
The
Hernandez.
left fielder,
Doubled his
Teoscar
first time.
Hernandez.
And that one fouled off. Lace down the line. This looks like extra bases. Ohtani around second, headed for third. The relay, not going to get him. He's in there.
Having a really nice game here. That's his second extra base hit. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Will Smith to the plate. A double and a run scored his first time up. Just missed.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
That one laced to center and a base hit. Shohei to the plate and scores. It's an RBI single, and it's an 8-run lead.
Now pitching for
Jackson Rutledge is forced to the mound after the injury.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
One away, runners at first and third. And here is Andy Pajes on the ground. And foul ball. That misses the zone, and the count even 1-1. Hernandez at third. Smith over at first with one away. Line and a base hit into right. In comes the runner from third, and it's an RBI single. It's 9-0. Now it's going to be James Outman. He's 0 for 1. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Swing and a miss as he was late.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Going to count 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. On the ground left side, 6, 4,
out,
3, double play. And the inning is over. So 5 runs in the inning as they bat around. We played 2 full. It's the Dodgers 9 and the Nationals nothing. Back here in L.A. And now it's going to be Dalen Lyle. Lyle goes 5 feet 11 inches, 195 pounds, and he was a second-round pick in 2021. Left field. Hernandez settles underneath it. Corrals it. And there's one down.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Jacob Young.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder, Jacob Young.
Well, Boog, here's a nugget on Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Well, he rarely travels without his tiny, fluffy dog, Mikan. Mikan is named after a famous mandarin orange from Japan whose peel nearly matches the pup's fur color. I love that name. Boog, it looks like somebody missed the swing sign. That's the first pitch this team's taken for a ball all game long.
To the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Now batting, shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
There's C.J. Abrams now. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single. That one finds the zone. Strike one. And that one is inside ball one. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that keeps the inning going.
The left fielder, number 29.
Next to hit for the Nats, James Wood. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And that one missing low.
Counts 1-0.
Hit hard, but foul off to the left. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. And it's through for a hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but
first baseman,
he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Off the mark there. And that's ball one. Abrams over at second. Wood at first. 2 out of the inning. There's a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Hit in the air, left field. And that is that. So the Nats leave a pair, and they're down 9-0. As we go to the last of the third. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Kike Hernandez. And ball one.
You know, these Dodgers putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They jumped all over the starter and knocked him out of the game early. He just was never able to settle in, and the damage was done by the time he got the hook. Couple of hits in a row for him here. Nice
Now
job of
batting,
driving that pitch the
shortstop,
other way
Monkey.
on a line. You know, hitters, they
Yes.
take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here's Mookie Betts now.
Nope.
Little
Outside.
trouble with this one behind the plate. And now a man into scoring position.
That pitch was pretty far outside, further than he was set up, so kind of a tough one to handle, but still something he knows he should have had since it bounced off his glove and got away.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10. So, man aboard. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. 1 for 2. That one finds the zone. It's strike one on Edman. Nobody out. Runner at first. That missed by a lot. 1-1. That one
That's
missing
in. Ball
inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging. Some high cheese for strike 3.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a
Now
2-strike
batting,
situation,
first baseman,
it's just become
Freddie
such a problem for hitters in
Freeman.
more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Man at first, one away. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. And that should be extra bases. Betts around second, headed for third. Now the tag at third, and they got him.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Now, Shohei Ohtani. He has, as they like to
Ohtani.
say,
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
that's right. That
1-0.
one not close. And it's 1-0. Runner at second, 2 down here in the last half of the third. That one misses. 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that holds the lead runner. Now men at first and second.
Well, that was one of those high
Now
percentage
batting,
advantage
the
counts
left
where
fielder,
batting averages are just so
Teoscar.
much higher. Really nice
Third
job staying up the
and
middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. And a base hit right there. Here comes Freddie around third. Oh, the throw is wild. So they're at the corners now. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Up the middle, and a base hit knocks in a run. First and second, 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Andy Pajes. And it's fouled away. Swing and a miss at a slider.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Up the middle, the flip. What a play. Inning over. So they get 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. On to inning number 4. It's the Dodgers 12 and the Nationals nothing. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, saying in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits.
0-1.
Somebody's always going to go down.
Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
0-2.
Lifted in the air down the left side. And that'll fall for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun. And I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze. And it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But, yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, they'd have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today.
Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boog. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Ruiz at first, 1 gone. In for a strike. 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him looking. That's his 8th strikeout of the game.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs 1 more out.
Line drive. They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Lyle batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Good job to fight that one off. Ball 1 low. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. And down on strikes he goes. That's his 9th strikeout so far. So they strand a pair. And midway in the 4th, it's the Dodgers 12 and the Nationals nothing.
Now pitching for
Welcome
Washington.
back, and they turn to a new arm
Number
as we kick off the
62.
bottom of the 4th. Number 62.
Eduardo
Well, they need someone to stop the
Salazar.
bleed and keep the score right
Leading
where
up
it
for
is.
the Dodgers,
Seems like a
the
tough
center
task
fielder,
today with the way this
Jay
lineup is swinging it.
Outman.
Outman
Nope,
up for the 3rd
that's
time
inside.
here. Watches that one miss.
Here's a fun fact. Dodger Stadium was also the home of the Los Angeles Angels for 4 years in the 1960s while they waited for Anaheim Stadium to be built. When the Angels were
That's a
playing
ball.
games at home, instead of Dodger Stadium, they called it Chavez Ravine Stadium.
Center field. Garcia makes the grab, one away.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder ranging back into the outfield. There's
Now
part of him
batting,
that's saying, hey,
third
where are you at,
baseman,
outfielder?
Kike.
Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a
Hernandez.
nice catch right there.
Kike Hernandez at the plate. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Next offering is fouled back. 1 out, base is empty. Rocketed out towards right center. Young makes a nice grab at a full sprint.
That was just a great
next
jump
for
and
the
route to the
Dodgers,
ball. Well, it had
the
to be. If he was
shortstop,
going to cover all
Monkey.
that ground and bring in that sinking
Yes.
liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Two down, nobody on. That
Ball.
misses the zone. Ball 1. And a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, but they lead it by a count of 12-0. New inning getting
Leading off
started.
for
And now up for
the center
Washington,
fielder,
Jacob Young.
Young.
Yamamoto back to work. Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Nationals need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout.
Now at 10 Ks with
The
still a
batter,
few
number
innings
5,
left, so expect him to
shortstop,
add on to that
TJ
total. And, you know,
Abrams.
pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Abrams in the box again. Takes a strike. The Nats with a lot of ground to make up. And we're at the top of the 5th. Ripped into left center, base hit.
Well, he's been working out of the stretch just about the entire game, Boog. A lot of base runners on against him, and he's just done a really nice job of scattering the hits, not giving up any runs. But at some point, your luck.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
The first baseman, number 33, Nathaniel Lowe.
So a man aboard, Nathaniel Lowe, digging in for the Nationals. And that one is lifted in the air. Outman should have this one. He makes the grab, and that is that. Nationals leave one. Hasn't been their day. It's 12-0. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And here comes Tommy Edman. Hard ground ball, base knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit.
Nope.
First pitch, and he just misses.
Very humble guy, and on the field, off the field, and he goes about his at-bats in that way, Boog. He's just trying to stay with the plan. And that plan is hit the ball to left center field, drive the ball that way, let it travel.
Yep. And another ball. The Nationals have some action going in the pen. Ryan Ludus getting ready to go. That's a hit. And now two aboard. They take the force out. Barely got him for the out. Close play.
Now
it's one of those plays that happens sometimes, but it never really should. Seems like he just got a bad read on the ball, and the good throw from the outfield was perfect to get the out.
Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Off the mark there. And that is ball one.
Counts 1-0.
Freeman stands at first with one out. Right through there for a strike.
1-1.
On the ground right side. 4, 6. And they'll just get the one.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Next to hit, Teoscar Hernandez. 3 for 3's doubled twice and singled. And the first offering is not close. Two outs.
Ball, that's out.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
2-0 to count. Here it comes.
Inside,
and that one is inside. Will Smith waiting to bat for the Dodgers. Here's a 3-0. There's a swing and a drive. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. One run across. The throw in, but it's offline. And the lead continues to grow. So a man at first. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Ripped on a line to center. Young makes the catch, and the inning is over. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 5 innings complete. Dodgers out in front, 14-0. Top of the 6th inning, and now it's Keibert Ruiz.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
He takes it on his own. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Luis Garcia.
And now it's Luis Garcia, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that is out of play.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
He swings and fouls one off. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Right side, but that rolls foul. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Well, he's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, this guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they just are a pitch behind. Dominating stuff out there on the mound.
Two down, base is empty. And now, Josh Bell, 0 for 2 in this one. And that's in there at the knees. Bell measures 6 feet 4 inches, 32 years old, and he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. 2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss there.
Some people say that first basemen kind of have the day off regularly because they don't run around a whole lot. But when you think about it, they are involved in just about every single play, and there's a lot of stress that gets put on their legs. So a well-deserved day at the DH spot for him.
Stays alive. Two outs. Foul ball, still 0-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Smith makes the play, and that is that. And the Nationals gone in order. But this one's pretty much over. 14-0. Bottom of the 6th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, James Outman. That's off the
Outside,
mark,
that's a ball.
and that's ball one. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Ryan Ludis up and loosening in the pen. Swing and a miss, and a count 1-1.
One strike.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
And that's through there for a strike. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 1-2. High fly ball out into left center field. Wood makes the catch, and there's one down.
The third baseman, number 8, Kike.
Here's Kike Hernandez. That one ripped right center field. And this one looks like trouble. And that's going to roll to the wall. In safely with a double, his second of the day. Back to the top of the lineup. Now it's Mookie Betts.
The shortstop.
Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. One left for L.A., but they're still on cruise control, 14-0. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Brady House. Hit in the air, right field. That one gets down for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. And now the right fielder, Dalen Lyle. Fought off foul.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
And that's in for a strike.
No, he's really working that inside corner with the cutter. I tell you what, I hated that pitch. So tough to get the barrel to and to keep it fair.
House gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Lined into right. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jacob Young.
Next to hit, Jacob Young. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And first offering is fouled off. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
Strike three. Yoshinobu gets the K.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Abrams in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. And that's the 3rd out.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom
Number
of the 7th.
66.
Zach Brixey.
Zach Brixey. Leading up
Here
for the
is
Dodgers,
Freddie Freeman.
the first
And the way he's going
Freddie
in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Next offering in there for a strike. And that is strike 2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Next offering misses. Now 1-2.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think
Now
that's a
back,
strike
the
if he takes it.
hitter,
Pretty
Shohei.
textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy
Ohtani.
in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. Up and in, and it's 1-1.
1-1.
And that's outside. And a swing and a miss. The Dodgers
Two
up
strikes.
big in this one. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Out on the drop, 3rd strike, 2 gone.
Very strong
Now
coming out of the pen
left
so
fielder,
far as he
Day
punches out
Oscar.
the first 2 batters he's
Third
faced in this
and
one,
dead.
getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, and I'm so glad I'm retired.
Hernandez, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. So he goes the opposite way with that one, and they add on. It's 15-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Ripped on a line. Young makes the grab, and that ends the inning. Solo shot for the Dodgers this inning. We look ahead to inning number 8. Back after this on the show. Back here at Dodger Stadium, we go to the 8th. Up now for Washington, James Wood. Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 1-1.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
Swings and misses. And that's strike 2.
Ball,
big time
2
jam
strikes.
right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, I think he's got to be feeling pretty invincible out there on the mound right now. I mean, he's got the shutout working so far, and even when he challenges these guys, he's getting away with it. That pitch right there really wasn't anything special, a hittable pitch, but he gets the punch out.
Lowe stands in now and watches strike 1. The Nationals with a lot of ground to make up, and we're in the top of the 8th. That clips the inside corner for a strike.
Man, he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
Towards first. Freeman takes it to the bag. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, catcher Keibert Ruiz.
2 outs, base is empty. Keibert Ruiz digging in for the Nationals. 1 for 3. And that
Ball,
misses.
that's inside.
Ball 1. Two down, nobody on. Out to center. Outman has a beat on it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes. Brixey back to work. That one's in there. Strike 1.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Swung on, belted. Lyle on the move towards the line. High bounce takes it over the fence for an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
And now James Outman. And first offering is fouled off. That one ripped, but foul. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next pitch is outside. That one is upstairs.
All right, so in this at bat, he's seen a couple of off-speed pitches, now back-to-back fastballs. In this count, you definitely got to stay back. Make sure you don't get out in front and be prepared to shorten up and hit the ball the other way.
Man at second. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Young makes the grab, one down.
Now batting, third baseman, TK Hernandez.
Enrique Hernandez now at the plate. Swing and a line drive ripped right center field. Lyle puts it away for the out. And there are 2 outs. Here's Mookie now.
Now batting,
Chris, baseball today,
Mookie.
so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Foul ball.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
That breaking ball is in for a strike, and quickly it is 0-2.
One ball, 2
in
strikes.
the dirt. Man on second, 2 down. Line drive, base hit. And now it's runners at first and second.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win
Now
the at-bat after being
baseman,
down in the count,
Tommy
up against it with 2 strikes right there.
Edman.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Now, Tommy Edman tosses to first, and they get Edman for the out. That's the 3rd out. Looks like he's heading back out for the 9th as he'll go for the shutout when we get back. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now up for Washington, Luis Garcia. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, number 70.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him. So he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Late with the swing there.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Swing and a miss.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
And they'll do it again. Struck him out looking.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Bell, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. The next
Ball,
offering
inside.
misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a foul straight back. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And they're down to their last out. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
House stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
Ball 1,
That's a
no
really
strike.
good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Right through there for a strike. 2 down,
I got
nobody
1 ball,
on.
1 strike.
Here at the top of the 9th. They're down to their final strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This could end it. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, we saw complete domination in this one. The offense exploded for a blowout, and then the pitching staff nails, locked down the opponent. This team did everything right today.
This one ends 15-0. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.